What up, my friends? How are you doing? We are here for another chill stream and to talk about Wizards' newest secret layer scamalama ding dong action because they're up to their old tricks with new tricks. All right. So first things first, I'm gonna grab the live stream link and share it in the Discord, especially since there was an issue yesterday where a stream popped up on this channel when it wasn't supposed to, so it might have impacted the notifications. So let's go ahead and get that sent out. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Perfect. All right. What up? Gianna, Kenzuki, Shelton, Sheba, Millmaster, Dan, Error, Bill, Baba, Yamagoro. Who else is in here? Aura, Zircon, Kevin, Juglum, Crawfish, Farky, Jess, Jeep, Quineth. I think that I got everybody. What's up, guys? How's it going? It is the middle of the week, and I figured it's a good a time as any to talk about Wizards' newest skis. What up, Pots? How you doing? So this skis has to do with the new secret layer that's in the Chaos Vault, The Adventures of the Little Witch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that or not. Shelton, you had to drive home because it was hailing. Bro, hail can be brutal. What up, Tobin? So, here's the deal. The normal version of this secret layer is $30, right? $29.99, which is $30. And the foil version of it, normally when they do a foil version, it's $10 more, right? But in this case, they want $60 for it. The regular version, $30. The foil version is $60. And it's literally just the 4 cards that are in it too, right? Obviously they have a bonus card. But they have Secret Rendezvous, Serenity, Essica's Chariot, and Realms Uncharted. So it seems like they're just looking at Realms Uncharted's like foil or whatever and saying, hey, why don't we see if we can sucker people into paying absurd prices for this? Like, Chaos Vault is where they dump the layers that weren't good enough to be officially announced and put as part of the big secret layer super drops. And now they're like, maybe we can get people to pay full secret layer prices for the regular one and a crazy doubling for the foil. It's absolutely insane. What up, Liam? What's up, Octopus? So yeah, it's next level skeezing. What up, 10-4? Wizards of the Coast is just taking the piss and seeing if they can get away with it, you know? Let's see if anybody will actually buy this secret layer. The dollar per rare value. That's right. I remember. You have reminded me of when Millmaster. Wait, god damn it! Now you got me all twisted up. Rosewater, you're Millmaster. Rosewater said, everything that's happened with Magic is melting my brain. I've become a dullard and there's nothing to do about it. So, when Rosewater said, look, we're changing the packs, but you still have the same dollar to rare ratio. And it's like, what are you even talking about? What is your nonsense? Hey, what up, Wayne? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hope your day has been as good as it can be under the given circumstances. I got some more of the formless foils and stuff. I got some of that kicking around for the next time I see you. Mill Rosebottom. There you go. You two have merged in the singularity. But yeah, I mean, literally, they're just seeing if they can pull it off. They're like, let's see if people are dumb enough to pay this based on secondary market prices. I mean, from the get-go, Secret Lair was about trying to milk us based on the secondary layer prices. Secondary market prices. I got brain damage, guys. What can I say? I got kicked in the head by a mule the other day, and I don't speak too good no more. I don't think right any longer. So yeah, Wizards is out of their minds. $60 for this foil secret layer. Based on what? Realms Uncharted is the only... You know what? Let's look up the Canadian values of these cards on the fly and see what they're going for. Isn't Secret Rendezvous just like the uncommon from what's it called? It is from Strixhaven. From Strixhaven, where it's like, oh, these two girls are sneaking out to secretly kiss. Oh, okay, so that's like an 80-cent card. And these are Canadian prices, not even American prices. All right, then we got Serenity. And they already reprinted that in Mystery Boosters too, as well, right? So we got multiple printings of it. It's been printed 3 times, and that is a $2 card. So we're up to $2.80. Now, Essica's Chariot. Essica's Chariot is a 75-cent card. So I'm just going to say Tree Fitty. I need about Tree Fitty. And then these are non-foil prices, by the way. So some of these foil prices are probably slightly more. Like the Chariot's like $4 foil. All right. And then what was the fourth one again? Realms Uncharted. That's right. Okay. So Realms Uncharted is like $25 for a regular and like $80, $90 for a foil. That's what it is. That's what it is. They're looking at it and going, it's worth too much on the secondary market. We can't just sell you this at a reasonable price. We have to go, well, we haven't reprinted it and we want to milk you based on secondary market values. So we're going to skis. Or it doesn't matter if you ask him. If you ask Rosewater serious questions, he's not going to answer them. The man picks low-hanging fruit. He obviously is there to spout the corporate line, and he only picks questions that are either easy answers for him, or he picks questions that a bunch of people have, but he makes sure to cherry pick the ones that are posed by derangos, so that when you look at it, you go, well, only crazy people would think what this guy thinks. And it's like, no, a bunch of sane people think what this guy thinks. You just picked the most vitriolic, over the top, not representative of the common thought on this, but also covers the same question, so you can fucking talk down to us. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's the reality. Juggling, you enjoy the new plan, pay-to-play Magic cards? Installment payments. Installments. Jess, you're going to go sell some cards to get some sushi money. Nice. Enjoy your sushi, bro. Cheap, you recently got Essica's Chariot from your LGS bulk box for 10 cents. Shh. People aren't going to want to buy the secret layer at those prices if they know that. It's all predicated on the value of one random reprint, because Wizards are skis bags. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if they went, oh, by the way, it's also being reprinted in an upcoming set. Because they do that. They do that. That's what they do. Yeah, Christ says, to be fair, a lot of the common Tumblr thought is insane as fuck. That's true. That is true. Jess, am I saving the Final Destination movies for October? October would be the appropriate time frame to watch those movies, for sure. I mean, they are in the horror genre. Speaking of movies, I actually watched that movie that came up in the stream a couple days ago, or maybe it was even yesterday, I'm not 100% sure. But it's called Yesterday. And it's the one where we discussed, the whole, hey, if somebody was in a parallel universe where the Beatles never were, and they basically sang the Beatles songs, would they have this insane level of success? And after watching the movie, I still stand by my initial thoughts on that, in that the Beatles songs are pretty good, but they're not these transcendent, incredible songs that would catapult anybody to fame automatically. The Beatles had their place and their time, and they succeeded wildly then. But comparing them to like current era music and current era tastes and stuff, it would be more like there's way more music available now. There's way more bands, there's way more competition. And so I feel like the stuff would be like high level, middle of the road. You know what I mean? I don't like a bunch of their songs aren't really that great. The Beatles are overrated. They are genuinely overrated. They had wild success and I welcome them to it, but at the same time, their music is overrated, bro. 100%. Wayne, yeah, that Hey Dude stuff was funny. The movie was okay. Like, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a watchable film. It's not one of those, this is amazing, you need to see it, but it definitely is enjoyable, and it's better than I thought it was going to be, right? Juglum, it's middle of the road. Vanilla always sells more. I just feel like in the current era, it would just do okay. It would just do okay. You know? Oh well, yeah, Christ! If you go into the places where they're, like you've got the biggest level of fanboys, of course they're not gonna like anything you have to say. If you think that it's dumb that they got rid of shamans and are using druids, it is dumb. It is dumb. It's cultural consultant garbage. Nobody was clamoring for that. Nobody was bothered by that at all. But somebody had to justify their paycheck. So they have to, like, when your job is to find moles. 'Cause you get paid for finding moles. You're gonna start pointing at other shit and going, "That's a mole. Fucking that dog over there is a mole. That tree is a mole." And then they just go, "Get the mole and get rid of it." But it's not a mole. It's just some made up shit to justify somebody's paycheck, right? So that's the deal, man. That's the deal. Jelly, yeah. You know what? I would agree with what you're saying. Music evolves in time with new ideas and compositions getting more complex. Mixing technology and tools have helped create more interesting sounds too. Agreed. Agreed. It's a far more competitive environment now. And while some of the Beatles songs are definitely catchy, enjoyable songs, they wouldn't be these earth-shattering, crazy magnitude level hits, right? Or you like anime original soundtracks? There's a lot of awesome music in anime soundtracks. And like for example, Samurai Champloo has a bunch of great music. That One Toot Vagrancy really sticks out in my mind. Zach, what's up, buddy? Always love the stream, sending positive vibes. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Right back at you. Juglum, did I like the movie? Yeah. Yeah, no, I did. I did like the movie. Yesterday was an enjoyable film. I would watch it again sometime down the road, but it's not one I would go out of my way to recommend to people, you know? Isaiah, yep, they're just making up reasons. They're making up reasons. That's it. That's the reality, bro. That's the reality. Millmaster, they can't refute what you're saying. That's why they have to call you names. That's the whole point. It's like, listen, I can't defeat you with logic because logic isn't on my side. But if I label you as a hate monger, everything that's being said is coming from a hate monger. Therefore, it has no value. Therefore, you are wrong, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's like an airplane movie. Yeah, you could watch it on a plane. Totally. I watched it like while playing Arena. Carly watched it full on, and it got me to turn my head while I was playing Arena. That's the level. That's the level that I'll put it at. I turned my head to watch some scenes. I enjoyed the little romance nature between the main characters, you know, and the way that they did the parallel universe shift with all the lights shutting off for 12 seconds. That part was fun. I liked it. Spurl, what's up, buddy? Fisher, what's the scam? The scam is you get to pay $60 for the foil version, $30 for the regular, $60 for the foil version because of one card. Uncharted Realms, or Realms Uncharted, sorry. You got to pay double because wizards are hose bags, man. Unless you picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, it's always the wrong week to stop that, bro. Solvents go up your nose. That's why I have such big nostrils, bro. All I do is huff chemicals. That's how I am able to tolerate what's going on with Magic, and also it gives me psychic visions so I can predict the future of Magic, which makes the fanboys angry. Remember when I made that video, the next 3 years of Magic will be a nightmare, and people came rushing in to tell me, you're wrong, you're an idiot, you're a hater, you know what you're talking about. And then 3 years later, it's just like, oh, yeah, okay, you're absolutely right, bro. I watched it, and yeah, no, you're right. You're damn right, I was right. I knew what I was talking about, all right? I'm not hating on what they're doing to hate. I'm hating on what they're doing because it's bad for the game. There's a big fucking difference. If I just wanted to bash on Magic, that's what I would do. But I get accused of that. And somebody literally fucking called my video, my most recent video, talking about the commander unbannings as hate farming or something like that. Rage farming, something like that. And I'm just like, what? In this video, I literally just go through what they've unbanned to talk about the cards and stuff. I'm not even getting mad about it. I'm not even yelling going, what? These idiots! So I don't even understand. Of course, that comment was left by an idiot who's like, I'm only a couple minutes in and I'm not watching. This is rage bait or something like that. Whatever the hell the term was. And it's just like, what? What are you talking about? Christ Super Chat says, funding the equine hoof adhesive addiction. Yo, somebody's got to snort that horse glue, son. That's how you get a horse dong, bro. Snort the horse glue. All right, Christ, you are Lord of the Board. Yeah, it was one of my chill vids. Exactly. I agree. I'm just like, listen. Like, first of all, I don't make rage bait or whatever you're calling it, hate farming, whatever it is. I don't make that, but I understand how some people can jump to that conclusion. And I can accept it on other videos. But with that one, I was just going, wait, what? What? Why? How did my last video do? It's okay. It's like ranked 8 out of my last 10 releases. So it's not the best and it's not the worst. I'm surprised that it didn't get more views because of the subject, but at the same time, maybe people don't care about my views on Commander unbannings. And also, it could be the fact that the video's 47 minutes long. I didn't realize when I got into it how long it was going to be. And once I put all that in, I'm like, well, I'm not going to hack this apart. Screw that. I'm just going to put it out as is, go over everything, and give anybody who wants a full in-depth, the full in-depth. But we are living in the time frame of very short attention spans. So the video might have suffered from that. And if I had actually just made a video that was rage bait, just going, ah, it probably would have done better. Oh, but that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. The Millmaster, no, see, nobody did that. Nobody watched the video and was like, it's way worse than you said it was going to be. Although in some ways it actually is. My predictions were a little too optimistic in some ways, which is wild. Wild. Waiting for serialized secret layers? Give it time. Give it time. Isaiah, you read a couple of goofy comments. You get them on every video. It literally doesn't matter what I do. If I talk positively about something, then people go, oh, you're a shill for Wizards now? And it's like, listen, I'm always talking about what's going on with Magic, and I'm always giving my opinions. So I don't know why you would think everything I make is just going to complain about them. And yeah, newsflash, I'm allowed to like things. I can like things. Like when I liked the Deadpool secret lair. Oh, now you love Universes Beyond? Yep, that's exactly how it works. Like, how does your brain work? Do you only have like two opposite extremes for everything in your life? I'm guessing no, because nobody's like that. But, you know, don't afford me the courtesy of considering me a human being. Listen, either you hate it or you love it entirely all the time. No, that's not how it works. Like, I saw the Deadpool secret layers available down at the game store today. And I was like, oh, cool. I'd like to have that secret lair. But the price tag, $90. No, New. And that's not the store profiteering. It gets sold to them for more than it, like, they literally could have bought it from Wizards launch on the Secret Lair website and had it sent to them for cheaper than it cost to get through the distributors. So Wizards like, we're going to let stores sell Secret Lairs for horrific prices. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I won't be getting that. What up, Christian? Yeah, Loot in the Cage. That's where he belongs. That's where he belongs. So yeah, I mean, people get riled up about all kinds of stuff. You don't need to make your titles like this. They're called interesting titles. They're called attention-grabbing titles. So yeah, I use them because people like titles with Zazzle in them. Whatever, right? Jeep, that's true as well. There are other people covering the exact same subject, and there are people who are more like in deep with the Commander community as well. So there people are going to have their go-to people to go and listen to when it comes to this stuff. At the end of the day, I'm happy with it. Video did fine, but it would have been cool if it did better. You know, that's how it goes. Baba! All of it, bro. All of it. Dustin, yeah, exactly. After you watch other videos and articles and whatever, you've already got it all. It's like, okay, I know everything that's going on here, and I don't need to watch a 47-minute video to hear your opinions on it. Sheba, you want the harmless offering? You want the little shark baby? That's it, Habanero. Culture is black and white. Those are your only two options. Well, on the internet, that's what people want. They're like, listen, man, I don't want anything in between. I want it nice and easy. Just a flip of a switch. Click, click. Never loot makes you sad? Well, then, allow me to cheer you up with my special cheer up binder, which is nothing but sad caged loots. Sad caged loots. All day, every day. I got a lot of them. That's the goodness. Scott, what's up, buddy? Fairly new subscriber and you love my channel? Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. It's always nice when people enjoy what I do. You wonder what Loot will be doing in the blind eternities? He'll be flying around in space, bro. He'll be floating around in space. So yeah, a lot of the news that I cover isn't covered by other channels. The unbanning stuff was covered by everybody and their brother, and it's not like I got my video out particularly early considering how long I fucking spent recording that, but I wanted to talk about it, and I'm like, my videos are always as long as they need to be, as long or as short as they need to be, basically. Somebody left a comment, trim this down 5 minutes, and I'm like, fuck all the way off with that. 5 minutes? You don't understand how much talking I have to do. Whenever I take on like a sponsored spot, like I've got the Doomlings sponsored spot that's coming out in the next video, right? And whenever I sit down to start recording one of these, I go, okay, we agreed on a minute-long spot. So, and my brain goes, it's going to be pretty tricky to fill a minute. You're going to need to write down a lot of stuff. And so I wrote down like a whole page of notes, which I did not need. All I have to do is stand in front of the camera and start running my mouth because it's all, I already know all the stuff that's on the page, and I just say a bunch of stuff and then I can trim it down. And every single time the problem becomes, how do I get this down to a minute and still encapsulate all the information I want to? This one ran to like 1:04, something like that, which is fine. I'll give it some overage without worrying about it. But for real, I sit down and go, this is a 2.5 minute fucking spot. I can't run this. This is way too long. And so I like have to sit there and chop it down because brevity is not my wheelhouse. All right? That is not how I operate. Moon, long form content is the best. I'm awesome. Well, thanks, man. I agree. I like longer form content. I don't watch videos, like I don't watch shorts at all. And really short videos, I want something that's worth my click, basically. And if it's like 1.5 minutes, no thank you. Give me something. Like 10 minutes bare minimum, please. 10 minutes at least. I am the anti-short attention span style. Especially since I don't have constant graphics going, shaking my keys in front of the kids and shit. You know? I'm a fucking dinosaur when it comes to YouTube. Scott, your bones hurt too? It's a sad spot. It's a sad spot to be in. Jelly, what are my thoughts on Final Fantasy? One hand, don't want Universe Beyond in Magic, but it's clearly squatting all over it. So, actually really like Final Fantasy, so I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't care about every Final Fantasy. The newer ones, 13, 14, 15, know nothing about them. Don't have any experience with them. But things like Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 4, love those. Final Fantasy 7, had an awesome time with it. So there's a bunch of stuff that I'm looking forward to, you know? Christian, if I was able to change one thing to try and fix the direction Magic is heading, what would that be? Not having all the decisions made by the fucking C-suite where it's all just about the highest numerical value that can be extracted. That's it. That's it. Because that informs every aspect of Magic the Gathering. And that's what leads to greedy insanity, like the new Secret Lair being, pay us $60 for the foil version. And it's like, you normally go 30, 40. Yeah, but we noticed that this card has a high secondary market value. Fuck you. It costs you pennies to print these fucking things. You fucking scumbags. You fucking dickheads. It's not like the argument is, well, we want to make it expensive because we don't want the people who own these cards to suffer a loss in value. It's totally just, we think we can skeeze you. Look what they did with Concordant Crossroads, right? They went, oh, Concordant Crossroads. We put it in a secret layer. Get this secret layer, Concordant Crossroads. And then they reprinted it in a regular set right afterwards. The reprint equity double dip, where they go, buy because it's in a secret layer and it's a super valuable, rare, and hard to get and everything. Oh, and then immediately go, by the way, we printed it in a regular set too. We didn't tell you about that because we wanted you to buy the secret layer and we wanted to fucking rob you. You know? Jeep, did I take any classes on video editing? No. I am a complete fucking amateur. It's all been learned either through me or Carly learning how to do something and then showing me how to do it. So I manage my way through it, basically. I have to figure stuff out. If there's something new I want to do, I have to figure out how to do it myself. But by that, I mean Google searching, not literally just trying every setting. Thankfully, there are resources you can check. But no, I didn't learn anything about editing. All of this has been learning as I go and just doing whatever. And let's be real. Nothing I make is highly produced and very stylized, right? So it's like me in front of a green screen, that kind of stuff with some images edited and whatever, which still, it definitely takes some skills to edit this stuff. But I'm not trying to pretend like I'm anything other than a low-level editor, bro. What up, Al? Habanero, what are the Subway Surfers? I don't get that reference, actually. Juggling, you love Final Fantasy, played a few of them, and you're not buying any of the cards? Hey, fair enough. I plan to try and play in the Final Fantasy pre-release, and other than that, I don't expect to be getting anything, because everything's gotten too expensive for me. Magic is leaving me behind price-wise, bro. I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? Jess, you proxy because of me. I freed you from your beliefs. You need real cards and to support a bunch of rip-off artists. Well, you're not like, bro, I used to always 100% want genuine Magic cards. Now, I'd prefer to have genuine Magic cards, but once they did Magic 30, I went, wow, you guys really destroyed the illusion that like real cards. Before then, I had kind of thought about proxies now and again, but never really did it. And then Magic 30 came along, and the other things Wizards did, and it shifted my perspective to the point where not only am I pro proxies, I was always okay with other people using, but I'm pro me using them. I now have a sponsorship with Tolarian Library where they straight up make proxies. And I'm like, yep, I will. Like before, that would have been, no, sorry, I'm not going to take this as a sponsorship because I don't use proxies. I'm not good with them. But now, every time they send me a new shipment of proxies, I'm like, I wonder what's in here that I don't already have in my cube that I can throw in there. If I get a regular real version, I'll replace my proxy. But the reality is the proxies are higher quality than the real stuff Wizards is making. It's insane. It's insane. Spurl, the LGS by you, saying the prices are going to be crazy for Final Fantasy. Expect them to be at least 30% more than what you're already paying, bro. 100%. Psychotic, you hope they do something for Final Fantasy Tactics? I think they're probably going to have at least tiny little references to every Final Fantasy game. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Christian, I did talk about the Spider-Man stuff in the previous stream. So if you check that out, that's in the discussion. But it's also going to be a subject for my next video. So most likely, I'll be releasing a video tomorrow on no more Spider-Man won't be on Arena. Arena Direct becoming more expensive. And this thing, and also probably a leak as well. I've got a number of items on the news list. Now, none of that is guaranteed depending on what happens tomorrow, right? Al, you enjoyed the videos from Fantasy Geographic. Carly did a good job. She's a better editor than me. She knows more tricks than me. So if there's something that I don't know how to do, I will ask her first. Subway Surfers is a shitty little game they put in the corner of TikTok videos in order to keep short attention span kids to keep watching the videos. Bro, I hate like the little shorts and stuff where somebody's just taking a picture of themselves. Like imagine me from my thumbnail and they just put it down in the corner of somebody else's video and put it on their thing. I'm like, it's all lazy, low effort, stealing everybody's stuff. It's so empty. It's so empty, and it makes me sad, honestly. Sometimes when I'm on social media, I get sad. What up, Luke? What up, DB? Because it all feels so empty and so fake. Austin, you want to see some of the proxies face up? Not face up, close up? Yeah, I think the camera's set up. Hey, yeah, sure, why not? Let's take a look. Why not? Let me just focus up the camera a bit. Let's do a couple at the same time. Oh, Final Fantasy. Nice. Nice. Oh, actually, the camera looks pretty solid on the Scion and the Terra already, doesn't it? I don't know if I'm going to get it better than that. I don't have the best cameras. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll roll with that. We'll roll with that. What up, Drunkle? Hanzo, do I think Universe Beyond will stay in standard for the long term? It's going to be in standard for at least the next 3 to 5 years. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. Tony! Oh, any Wonder stuff coming. Well, I'm thinking at the beginning of next month, I might crack my Dragon Box, bro. Because I'm getting super, super tempted on that front. All right, so we got Scion of the Ur-Dragon, Terra. See, these look great, too. Like, look at how flat they are. Look at how flat they are. These just end up looking better. Niv Mizzet, Riptide Gearhulk. We got Cloud, Ketramos, Emmett Unsundered, Lotho the Corrupt Sheriff, Shiko Paragon of the Way, Stormscale Scion. We got a Cecil on both sides. It looks so good, man. These are so quality. We got a SpongeBob Counterspell, a Mox Jasper, and Sickening Shoal. Yeah, these are great. By the way, guys, if you want these, hit up Tolarian Library and use my code. Use my code, My Bones Hurt, and they'll give you 10% off, and anything you grab also supports my channel. So They are very, very solidly made. Oh, there we go. We got a serialized Jasper. The Aether Spark. Serialized. Another variation of the Mox Jasper. Gary from SpongeBob. Oh, yeah! Jumbo Cactuar, bro. I'm going to toss this in my cube tonight. Tonight. Yeah, bro. Sandy Cheeks. Plankton. Venom. Taval. Spider-Man. Titus. SpongeBob. And Y'shtola. Nice. Yeah, these are great. These look great. Genuinely. Genuinely. So, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Here, in case you guys want it. In case you... I mean, if I'm showing them off, I may as well drop the link for you as well, right? May as well drop the link. These guys have been great as sponsors, honestly. Very, very considerate. Very considerate. So there's the link. And again, My Bones Hurt is the code. Get you 10% off. Shelton, you got your proxy of the Esper Final Fantasy Commander deck from Tolarian. Nice, bro. Nice. Christian, I agree. It's sad. It's sad that the quality of these are better than Wizard. Wizard should be making the best versions, right? People make jokes now. Oh, I know it's a proxy because it looks too good. Oh, I know it's the real deal because it looks like garbage. Sometimes Pirate Super Chat says, I'm helping to balance commanders now against unbans and replacing my fast mana with Apocalypse and World Fire. All right. All right. Set the world on fire. Apocalypse is such a brutal spell, man. Such cool artwork, too, right? So evocative. You're Lord of the Board sometimes. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Robert, they look good. You think I'll order some for you and your dad using my code? Do it up. Enjoy. They're in my cube. They're great. Like, literally, every time he sends me out a new batch, I go, oh, boy. I can't wait, because there'll be some stuff in here I do not have in my cube yet. Especially with the new stuff. Magic has gotten... It's gotten too expensive for me. It sucks not being able to engage with my favorite game on the level I want to, but I've got no control over that. I have no control over Wizards of the Coast and what they do with their insane pricing. And yeah, I mean, Deadpool's Secret Lair, $90 before tax. So by the time tax include, that's $105 to get 5 Magic cards. And it's like, Al, yep, back in the day, proxies looked like garbage, and that was part of the reason I didn't like proxies. I like high-quality proxies. I like the ones that look like the fucking real deal, or better than the real deal. It's way more enjoyable than having a bleeded-out, like, fade. Some people like that, I guess, or some people want to go that route, but for me, screw it. I'd rather have them look really nice, and these look really nice. They do a great job with the raised foils, all of it. All of it. No problem, Juglum. Slash, you're currently looking at the site now. I'm really selling them on you for your cube. Well, bear this in mind too, bro. You ever accidentally bend one or whatever? You accidentally spill, like, I've had liquid spilled by my cube before. And the cards are double sleeved, which mitigated most of the damage. But when you've got proxies, it doesn't matter what happens to them, right? Doesn't matter what happens to them. I bring a proxy cube with me when I travel, and I take out any real cards. Like, I don't want to lose my fucking real Hazes on Tamar. Proxy Haze on Tamar goes in, you know? So I like to have the real deal first and foremost. But proxies are a very valid approach. And once Wizards made Magic 30, they had already said they were fine with playtest cards. Playtest cards are proxies, right? So they've already said they were fine with them as long as you're not trying to use them in official tournaments. And then they made Magic 30 where they tried to sell us proxy cards for $250 a booster. And they did not mean to, but they accidentally endorsed proxies hardcore to a whole bunch of people and broke the illusion that Magic cards are special in a specific way where you have to have them and you can't have the same enjoyment. Let me tell you right now, I played entire Proxy Cube action with my buddy Wayne, the inventor of Double Strike. We had an awesome time. It doesn't matter whether I'm playing with real cards or proxy cards, it all plays the same. That's the reality. That is the truth. So, get you some. Chim, yeah, I do believe it is all individual singles. And Christian, I don't think that you, like, there's some places that will let you upload your own artwork. I think these are all just actual original artwork proxies. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding. Oh, Ralph's corrected me, saying they do have bundles for things like Power 9 or dual land sets. Oh yeah, thanks for mentioning the dual land. Since we're talking about it, just so you know, anybody outside the US, for the rest of this month and next month, I believe, if you get proxies from them, they're automatically including a set of foreign black bordered dual lands. So it's like French dual lands or whatever. I think I got them right in here. Yeah. So they're including like a set of the. I shouldn't say a set. I have no idea how many they're including, but I know it includes bonus dual land action. You know. What up, Benjamin? Avatar The Last Airbender stuff isn't out yet. It's not out yet. That's not until later this year, Pirate. Jess, that's a lot of sushi money, bro. Enjoy. Enjoy. JH, you got 40 dual German lands. They look fantastic. Nice. Nice. Proxies are totally fine because fuck 3K for a Mitchell's Workshop. That's the reality. Chugum says it's a good idea to play with proxies. You don't wear out your real cards. That's true too. Hey, what up, Mark? I don't want to buy the corporate suits at Wizards. More cars. Pirate, are they real dual lands? No, of course they're proxies. The proxies. The company's not sending out fucking real cards when you buy proxies. it's proxies. It's proxies. So yeah, it's funny how much my mind shifted from being anti-proxies for me and cool with everyone else using them. And like for years, it was no. And then I got a printer at one point. Like after Magic 30 came out, I got a printer and I started to print out my own proxies on like good quality printer paper, but I really didn't like the way they looked. I'm like, these don't feel like cards. They feel like little pieces of paper printed in front of a card, and I'm not vibing with this. So I didn't end up using those. But the real proxy cards, yeah. And I had proxies that I was sent over the years. I had been sent proxies by people and companies and stuff, and I just kind of put them in a box and not really paid attention to them. And then one day I was good with the proxy stuff and went, okay, let's go. Thompson, what's up, buddy? How's my day? My day has been good. How you doing, son? Christian, you're excited for the Airbender set? Well, you only have to wait until the end of the year, man. Al, I've mellowed out a lot since my Boss Monster days. Well, the reality is I was mentally unwell back then, you know? Part of it is I was mentally unwell. Part of it is that I had misplaced my anger in some ways and was angry at people buying stuff from Wizards and other stuff because that's what leads to Wizards doing more of this. But really, I'm not angry at Magic players. I'm angry at Wizards for the garbage they're pulling. People are just buying what they want and trying to live their life. Life is hard, and if people have a hobby and want to engage with it, cool. I don't point the finger and blame other players. You're the reason for this. You deserve this badness and this slop. Whatever, man. You know? But I was mentally unwell back then. Life was very, very hard. We were living an extremely difficult situation and hadn't figured out what was going on with Carly. There was a lot of layers to it, and that shit scarred me. I'm still messed up from it, honestly. Living like that really messed me up. But I'm not angry. I'm not angry the way I was. I'm more mentally well than I used to be back then. And I recognized some things. I had a hard time back then because I felt like, yo, I'm losing Magic the Gathering. But when I decided, yo, I'm going to quit, and then had that whole cognitive dissonance where I was like, fuck Wizards, I'm not supporting them anymore, I'm quitting Magic. But then as I was going through my cards to sell them, I kept finding stuff I wanted to put in my cube. I was like, why do you keep saying, let's put this in our cube, brain? We're getting rid of everything. We're done. And then it just kind of dawned on me. Wait. You're allowed to love Magic. You're allowed to play the game. You're allowed to do whatever you want. And you can also hate Wizards of the Coast and what they're doing. You are allowed to have those thoughts at the same time. It's not just one or the other. You can totally go, fuck Wizards. They're greasy, greedy dickheads. But I still love the game. I'm still going to play the game. I'm going to do it on my terms. So fuck them. They would have benefited more from me quitting, honestly, because I am one of the most vocal individuals when it comes to the problems that they have, the things that they're doing, the skis is. There are other people who are vocal about it as well, but they don't have as much fucking reach as me. A lot of the people who are like, screw Wizards, are off in a corner and nobody knows about them, right? So people will actually listen to me, and I point out Wizards bullshit. So I'm in a lucky spot that way. Pirate, you've been known to travel the high seas for most of your media and games unless the creators are ethical. It's understandable. Completely understandable. Chim, Final Fantasy pre-orders are way too early. Yeah, I know, right? Wizards, like, put everything up for pre-order. Spider-Man, Edge of Eternities. The only thing they didn't was Tarkir, because they thought Tarkir was going to fail. Because they're like, it's one of our in-universe sets. Maybe it won't do well. And then it turns out it's doing banger, right? Yeah, Regal, exactly. Some think you can't like Harry Potter because they hate J.K. Rowling. I don't go in for all that. It's the whole separate the art and the artist thing, and I can do that. I don't get into the... It's too simplistic. It's a child's narrative, honestly, that does not accept the reality of existence. So there are people who are like, I hate this thing, and I hate everything because of it. And if you like it, then I have to hate you too. Well, I feel sad for you then, you know? Carly ran into this thing on Twitter where this woman was like, support all women. And she was just like, yeah, I don't agree with this. And the woman was like, why? She's like, because not everyone's a good person. So some women are not good people. So I don't feel like you should just blanket support all of them. And that chick just fucking blocked her because she could not accept that. She's like, I have a narrative that I'm living with, and I can't accept what you're saying. And it's like, you can't accept that there are some bad people out there and that what you're saying is infantile and reductive. She didn't put it that way because she's a lot nicer than me. But that's really what it boils down to. Just deranged insanity. She was talking to some lady who, I shouldn't even call her a lady. I should call her a girl because she's probably 19, 20 years old, who was sitting there with this insane crap that had been pushed into her brain from the internet where she's just like, a guy can't find me attractive without my consent. And like, she's telling me that she's saying this. And I was like, that's bonkers though. For a guy to ask you for your consent to find you attractive, he's already found you attractive because it's a natural animal thing for us to look at and evaluate each other. So by asking for consent to be attracted to you, he's already attracted to you. So you're creating this crazy prison for yourself in your mind where people are committing crimes against you when nothing's actually happened. And so she had this chat. It was basically by proxy because I was listening. She told me what the chick said. I told her what I thought. And Carly just basically told her that. And by the end of it, the chick was just like, oh, thank you so much for this conversation. This makes so much sense. And I feel so much more comfortable now. And it's like, yeah. Because you've been sold a bunch of lies by insane people on the internet. And on the surface, you think it makes sense because you're not actually evaluating it. But it's just this empty, nonsensical insanity, right? Christian, you're glad I'm in a better place. You wish you could say the same. You've accepted you won't ever truly be happy and find love. Bro, don't worry about being heavy. First of all, we talk about all kinds of stuff here. And secondly, you don't have to accept that. You don't know the reality, bro. You don't know what's going to happen, man. I remember when I was in high school and I thought no chick would ever want to fucking be with me because I was fucking stupid and I didn't have any experience and didn't see reality. When I have a lot of fucking choices, bro. There is a lot more that exists in the world than you think. And by having that mentality, you close yourself off to opportunities that will present themselves because your brain will automatically discount anybody who's interested in you because you've already decided that nobody could be, right? So that is not the way to do things. Obviously, you can put together sentences. You're not fucking stupid. So it's not a wise way to think. You'll limit yourself. Most of us, actually all of us really, we live in prisons of our own creation. And we get trapped in these thought cycles that are absolutely useless to us. And they aren't true, but we make them true by living them, you know? So I would say work on setting that mentality aside. It doesn't serve you, right? There are very few people in the world who are truly unlovable. And I imagine most of them fall into the people who are suffering from a mental illness that doesn't allow them to feel human emotion, you know? Thompson, your mom got you an Aether Drift booster for Easter? She's not in the know on what's good. Well, it's nice. It's nice that she wanted to fucking... It's nice that she wanted to give you a gift. But yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. It's like, oh, thank you. Habanero, a lot of the people who yell fuck you to wizards are mostly political content creators. I feel like you're one of the non-political wizard haters who's just in it for the love of the game. Yeah, I know. I find the politics stuff, the whole like, anti-woke. It's like, okay, it's a whole thing with you, isn't it? And a whole identity and whatever. And it's like, I get that they've put some of the stuff in the game. They absolutely have. But these people just turn it into such a big overblown thing that I can't even with it. Because I'm just like, oh God, it's so tedious. And you never get anywhere with these kind of conversations. So I feel you. I have no interest in the politics of it. None. I'm interested in the game. I want to play the game. I want the game to be better. I want us to all have a fucking good time with it. My problem with that shit that the political people have a problem with is the fact that Wizards spends their time and money doing that instead of making the game better, right? Spending time and money to have Narset have panic attacks and wear clothing that's specifically designed for autistic people is a complete waste of fucking resources. And if everything else was being done well, then I would say, hey, you know what? You guys get credit for doing everything you're doing and then adding this extra stuff on to bring everybody in even more. Good job. But when they're fucking it all up and that's what they're spending their time and money on, sorry guys, it's not compelling lore for Narset to have a panic attack in a tavern full of people because it's too noisy and then to calm herself down by presuming people's genders. Writing that into the story is a waste of everybody's time. Genuinely, right? That's what it is. Lasagna, you want the scamming? Well, then line up for Wizard's newest secret lair where you can pay $60 for the foil version. $30 normally, $60 for the foil. Enjoy. Jess, your prison is laziness. A lot of people fall into that category, bro. Regal, unironically, mankind was not ready for social media. We're not. We're absolutely not. People, what they see, they think is the world. So if you see a bunch of people yelling something online, you think that's what everybody thinks. But it's not the case. You go at your front door and walk down the street and interact with people. It's not going on at all. It's like when I was going to go to the States for the Wonders of the First event, right? A bunch of people were like, you can't go to the States. It's dangerous. Don't you know what's going on there? Oh my God. Like, people are freaking out. And I'm like, nothing's going on. And it's going to be completely fine for me to go there. No, but don't you know? Nothing's going on. And it's going to be completely fine. And that's what I said to everybody, including my own mother, who got so worked up. And I told her, I'm like, you would benefit from watching less news, Mom. Genuinely, just so you know. She doesn't go out anymore. She doesn't fucking, like, interact with the world. She's chronically online. It's the, you need to touch grass. And so we went to the States, and guess what? Everything was perfectly fine. Everything. And the people that I mentioned that shit to in the States were like, what? Why did people say what? We love Canadians. And like everywhere I went though, even in my own Discord, when I was posting pictures on the trip going, check it out, here's some happy pictures. A lot of people like, yay. One person, ugh, why are you there doing this and blah, blah, blah. And I just responded back. I'm like, I'm in the States because that's where your mom wanted to be finger banged on our first fucking date. That person left the Discord. They just left. Which I was like, bro, I thought you come to streams. I thought you could take a joke, but whatever. Like, how fucking ignorant is that shit? Bro, I'm on a trip. I'm having a good time. And you want to be a pissy dickhead about it because of your own politics. Cram them all the way up your fucking ass. You know what I did? Everyone, buy Canadian. No, I'm still going to buy what I want. I'm just going to get what I want and ignore all that. I don't care. We're sending a message. Go ahead. Do what you want. I'm not trying to stop you. But if you think I give a fuck and I'm changing my brand of ketchup because of this, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, I'm not wasting my time with any of this shit. I don't give a fuck about politics at all, bro. At all. Not interested. Not interested. Christian Montoya Super Chat says, it sucks that we live in this world of man-hating for what some men have done in the past. On what you said, I've tried a lot. I keep trying, but it must be Denver, man. It's all or nothing with the average woman here. Well, you got to understand that when it comes to meeting somebody, all you can do is be open to the possibilities. You can't pick somebody to be with. You can't pick someone and go, that one. I choose that one. It doesn't work that way. That's what happens. That's what you have to learn when you're in like high school and stuff. You got a crush on somebody, but guess what? She's got a crush on your buddy and she thinks that he's really hot and she's got no interest in you. So she's going to hook up with him at the party. But guess what? He doesn't really care about her. So he's going to use her and wander off to somebody he does actually care about. And you're going to go through all this emotional heartbreak and goofiness because you don't know any better and because media tells you that you can pick somebody specifically and that there is like a predestined kind of thing when that's not the case at all. All you can do is live your life, and when the opportunity presents itself and you meet somebody worthwhile and they find you worthwhile, then you can progress with it from there. But that's not something that you can like force. It's not something that you can do anything other than, like I said, be open to it, right? So the reality is you've got to go through different routes, try different things, go on dating apps, meet people in person, whatever it is, just be open to the possibilities and don't get up in your head thinking that you're blowing it, thinking that people don't like you, whatever. Understand that women are way more subtle than dudes with their indications of interest. They're really, really a lot more subtle. Women won't be nearly as direct and obvious. So you could easily have had women interested in you and had no clue about it. There was this one chick in high school who was super into me. And I know it now when I look back at it. I'm like, bro, that's the closest a woman ever comes to screaming in your face that she likes you. And then when I went back for my high school reunion, I saw all these pictures of all the people. And I saw her and I was like, she's fucking beautiful. Holy shit. This beautiful chick was into me. And I was interested in this other girl who wasn't interested in me and all this other stuff. But this beautiful girl wanted to be with me. And I had zero clue. Zero clue. Here I am in high school thinking no girl would want me. This beautiful lady did. Other ones did too. Just didn't know it. Just didn't know it. You know? Kensuke, it's been a while. It's been a while since she's been here. Lasagna, you found it's hard finding people who are of average size. You got a lot of fat people. Nothing wrong with fat ladies, bro. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Jess, your ugly friend is amazing at hooking up. You gotta have the right perspective, man. You gotta have the right perspective. Sperl, finding out what a woman wants is like solving a riddle. I'll tell you what she wants. She wants folded socks. And she wants to leave her shoes out in the middle of the living room so you trip over them. Sheba, as a woman who served in the military, you've sadly learned bullying you as a form of care and love. People have different love languages, different languages of friendship. So, for example, I shit talk people out of friendship. That's what I do. I crack jokes and I make fun of you because that's me being friendly to you. That's me trying to make your day better. When I don't like somebody, I am exceedingly polite and brief. I'm going to keep our interactions brief. I'm going to be direct. I'm going to be polite. And that's going to be the end of it. If I hate somebody, I don't go off on them. They're not worth my time. So, nope. It's just, here we go. Minimal amount of interaction whatsoever. You don't get any of my energy. I will save that for other people. That's the reality. Christian, see, you don't know. You don't know if you've had the opportunity or not, but you're already closing all the doors and then putting chains on them and insisting that's the way it has to be. That's it. That's it. You've just gotta free yourself to be open to the opportunity without actively trying to make the opportunity happen, right? It's like this, bro. Fucking $10 might fall out of the fucking sky. So just make sure your hands aren't fucking stuck in your pockets. You feel me? It's like that. Is $10 gonna fall? Could at any point. Who knows? But if you got your hands in your pockets, boop, it's gonna fall on by you. In this not the best analogy, it doesn't just land on the ground where you can grab it, because that's what would happen. But you get what I'm saying, right? Lasagna, you weigh like 100 pounds wet. Well, fucking get your game up. Become a man. Put some fucking weight on. Put some weight on, son. 100 pounds is nothing. It's nothing. Also, plowing big ladies, it can be fun, man. Trust me. Trust me. They can handle a lot, bro. If you're that fucking small, you could literally like fucking Superman on her back. You can balance on her back. Oh man. Exactly, Sheba. If I'm not shit talking you, I don't like you. Yeah, there you go. Chim's got it. Just be yourself, and after a bit, ask to hang out. Don't put any pressure on it, and understand you're gonna get a ton of no's. I got a ton of no's. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Being turned down doesn't fucking matter. It literally means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Hell, you could look at it this way. After I get turned down X number of times, I'm gonna get a yes. So for each no, you're actually that much closer to your goal, bro. Baba, if I was going to build a commander deck, what card or concept would I center it around? You know, you know what? After the unbannings, braids. Build a braids deck. Get it out right away and make everybody hate your ass. Wayne says he has shit's bigger than you, Lasagna. That's funny. That's funny. Pause, you don't discriminate any type of woman. Be open to the options. You might think you have a type, but at the same time, you can totally be surprised by how much you can connect with somebody that you wouldn't give a chance to, you know? Christian, as long as you keep trying, bro. As long as you keep trying, that's what matters. The language you used earlier made it sound like you were just, I've accepted that no one will ever love me. That sounds like somebody who's given up. So, you know what I mean? I gotta say something in that case. Well, I guess I don't have to. I chose to, because I think that you're a fucking chill dude and that you're limiting yourself in a way you don't need to. Yeah, Ralph says, getting a no doesn't mean shit. You didn't have it in the first place then. You didn't lose anything, and you gained knowledge and move on, and you didn't waste your time and money. That's it. You didn't get taken advantage of, whatever else, right? So there's lots of women that I had hopes that, yo, we'll get together. And it just didn't go that way. And if chicks say they want to be friends, say yeah. You don't lose anything by having more friends, bro. You don't need to be like, oh no, I wanted to be with you and it hurts too much and all this other stuff. Because who cares? It's fine. You're not going to get that anyways. And having more friends is always useful. And who knows? Maybe that friendship will lead you to meeting somebody else, one of their friends. Whatevs, you know? Paz Brown Super Chat says, keep staying positive, perp. Life's been so crazy lately. Got nothing but love for you. Well, it's nice to see you, Paz. I am glad that your life has been crazy, but I hope it's the good kind of crazy and not the bad kind of crazy. Christian, that's it, man. Give it up internally. That's going to set you back. It's going to set you back. You got to believe in yourself. At the end of the day, you know you're not fucking garbage, right? You know you're not fucking worthless. But if you wander around thinking nobody's going to want to be with you, nobody will want to be with you. They'll pick up on it. They'll pick up on how you feel. You project that shit on a subconscious level. So you just got to know it's going to be all good, man. It's going to be all good. It's going to be all good. Paz says, yesterday is the past, today is a gift, and you're in the present. That's it. We're in the present. Keep it positive. 100%. Paz, baby mama drama. Oh, that's some drama. That's some drama. Habanero says, I was friends with my current girlfriend for a year before anything happened. She started buying me coffee and gifts all the time, and a coworker told me she obviously liked me, so I asked her out. Yeah, if a chick is buying you things, that means she likes you. If it seems like it's out of friendship, like unless it's, your birthday or something like that, that's a pretty good indicator. So if you're clueless like Habanero, then you're not going to pick up on that. And I was clueless like that before. I didn't know that if a woman hears you talking from another room and goes out of her way to walk in and introduce herself to you, that you should pursue that, right? I would just be like, oh, she's just being friendly. Bitch, no, she's being more than friendly, son. She wants to be friendly with certain parts of your anatomy, most likely. Lasagna, yeah, humor goes a long way. I mean, look at me, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real. I ain't ugly, but I also am not fucking handsome. I am a very average looking dude. Very forgettable just from a visual perspective. Once I start talking, though, I'm fucking unforgettable. I get attention like that, man. From tons of... Carly saw me from a fucking mile away. She heard me from a mile away, telling a bunch of people I didn't give a fuck what they thought. So, it's... Your personality matters. That shit matters way more than the visual stuff. And women aren't nearly as shallow as dudes as well. Women are more interested in substance because they are basically on a fundamental animal level looking for different things. You got to remember, we're all animals, bro. We're all animals. So dudes are more visual. Give her a once over. Yeah, I'll give her. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're all looking to make bread. And by bread, I mean babies. And dudes can make bread every 5 minutes. That's it. That's it. Go plow another chick. Make a loaf of bread. Women can only make one loaf of bread a year because it takes them 9 months to cook that shit up. And then they need recovery time too, right? So women can make bread once a year. Now, if you think about that from an actual bread perspective, if you could make bread every 5 minutes, are you worried about the quality of your ingredients? Fuck no. Throw some thumbtacks in there, some super glue, whatever. The loaf sucks. I'll have another loaf 5 minutes from now. It's nothing to me. But a woman's like, I get to have one loaf of bread a year, bro. Like, that's the deal. So I'm going to pick good ingredients. I'm not picking no expired garbage. So at the end of the day, they aren't just looking on the surface level. They're not just like, the bag looks okay. They want to take a look inside the bag. And if what's inside the bag looks good, who cares about what's on the outside of the bag, bro? Because they can only make one loaf of bread a year. And you got the quality ingredients in that bag. So just remember that. That's why women, you'll see a woman with some ugly guy and be like, what? She's super hot. What'd she do with that guy? It's because, and this isn't every woman. There are some who are more shallow, but overall, women are less shallow than dudes, right? That's it. That's it. So remember that. Remember that. Jess, the best relationship you have is with yourself? Well, that actually is a surprisingly healthy mentality, bro. Having a healthy relationship with yourself makes your life a lot better. Being able to enjoy your own company, not needing anybody else, That's a huge fucking win as a human being. Like massive, massive. Pause, you've been single for 5 years, not looking. Yeah, you want someone who has it together. I feel you. I feel you. You don't want to get together with somebody whose life is a train wreck. And also, that's the thing too. You want to make sure your house is in order. You want to make sure your life is in order. Thinking that somebody else, like if you think that getting into a relationship will fix your life, you need to fix your life. Nobody wants to be invited into a dumpster fire. No. They want to come chill by a nice campfire. So if your life is a dumpster fire, you need to turn that into a campfire that someone want to chill around and then invite somebody to come chill. Because the reality is nobody's going to come in and fix your dumpster fire. All you can do is basically either hook up with another dumpster fire or turn their life into a dumpster fire. And that's not going to make you happy. Nobody else can actually make you happy at the end of the day. They can enhance your happiness. They can enhance your life, but you need to have your stuff in order, and a relationship won't fix a messed up life. Habanero, when you were in college, you were at a party playing beer pong and this girl started chatting you up and she was like, you're making it really hard for me to pick you up right now. Some women, very few, are very direct. I've run into them here or there, sometimes with some hilarious results, like the one I was talking to on a dating app and I'm too busy cracking jokes or whatever. And she's like, do you want me to put it in my mouth or what? Like, what are we doing here? And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, totally. When do you want to meet? Like, it was... I'm too busy cracking jokes and doing just the back and forth. And it's like, she's already like, look, we're way past that. It's time to take it out of your pants. You ready or what? It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm ready. Lasagna. Yep. A life goal for everyone. Being comfortable in your own skin. That's a real win. That's a real win. Sheba, I'm speaking inspiring words. Well, I mean, if something I say can genuinely help somebody, then that makes it even better what I'm doing here. Because I get to chill out, have a good time with you guys, talk about whatever I want to talk about. You never know where things are going to go, but sometimes you just need to hear the right thing so that everything's in alignment in your brain. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense, you know? I've stumbled through this bitch, and by bitch I mean my life. I've stumbled through this bitch ignorant as hell for most of it. And I have these these little pearls of wisdom have been gained at great cost, great effort, great suffering. So if I can help other people from struggling a little less with it, great. And if not, well, then some people remember when I said this and went, oh, now I get it. Because I've had those moments. The older people always want to tell you all these things to avoid and all the things you can do to make life better. And a lot of it you just don't hear. You're just like, you're not in the place to hear it, right? But sometimes somebody will be in the right spot to hear it. I say it at the right time. You can help them out. You can help them out. Exactly, Spurl. You know, people get in a relationship thinking it'll fix their life and it makes it worse and the relationship doesn't last. I've been there. When I was younger and dumber, that's what I thought. But the reality is, take care of yourself, work on yourself, and you can have a better life with somebody else, you know? Pause. Yeah, dating apps are okay. They're okay. I tend to make my connections in person. I like it better. Lets me use my natural assets. You know? Get them up close with the nice looking eyes. Get them within the fucking sound of... Once they're within the range of the sound of my voice, that's when I can get my hooks in them. Yeah, Sheba, exactly. You take a step back, and we're all in the middle of our own lives. And if you can take a step to the side, or take a step back, and look at it from that perspective, you can realize, oh, if I make a few adjustments here and there, it's going to make things a lot easier for me. You just end up butting your head against the wall without realizing you just walk around it, you know? Kensuke, you've been married to the women on the dating site for 16 years now? What, to all of them? That's a lot of Christmas gifts you gotta get, bro. Jordan, it's the danger zone? Oh, it's the danger zone when they meet you? Are you on some kind of list? The police know about you, buddy? Ah, Christian, I couldn't help that, bro. I can't I can't do that kind of fucking shit and help people work through all kinds of things. I have very little advice to give, and I've already given it to you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not some fucking sage who knows a shitload about life and can fucking offer people guidance and mentoring. You know? Ralph, you missed it. That already happened. That already happened with the loot railroad crossing, whatever. You'd have to go on the stream archive and go and check out one of the old loot things. But been there, done that already. But yeah, ultimately, you don't want to get trapped. You don't want to get trapped in your fucking in your preset ways and thoughts that limit you from having what you want in life. 100%. 100%. We really have wandered pretty far off from the original Scamalama Ding Dong title of the stream. But that's fun. It's always good to wander around. It's always good to wander around. What up, Mountain Jam? How you doing, buddy? Oh, man. Having less caffeine has definitely affected me. I've had half a cup of tea in the last 2 days. So, I mean, I slept better last night, but I also slept in. I do like sleeping in, but not too long. Not too long. Mountain Jam procrastinating on organizing some cards. Well, organizing cards is a pretty zen experience. I like it. I like it. Pretty chill. I've got most of my Wonders cards organized now, too. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Fisher, not all who wander are lost. This is true. Kensuke, you have to stay awake. The Switch 2 pre-order starting at midnight. Oh, you're getting a Switch 2. Nice. Enjoy. Enjoy. I do like Nintendo consoles. I've got the Switch, but I don't know if and when I'll get a Switch 2. It's one of those it'd be nice to have kind of things, you know? Habanero, oh, you got internet issues? That's always annoying, man. That especially annoys me because if I'm having internet issues, it impacts my ability to upload stuff. It impacts my ability to hang out with you guys. So I have to stay more on top of it. Chim, yep, exactly. The price on the foil, $60 for the foil layer it's a ripoff, man. It's a ripoff. With the Switch 2, I imagine that after a while they'll have more affordable prices, I'm guessing. Usually at the beginning stuff is the most expensive, right? It would be cool to have a Switch 2. But, you know, you wait and then it means there's more games available for it as well. So there is that. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys have played Bellatra, but that game is fucking sweet. I've been playing it a lot lately, going through all the different deck challenges and stuff. Never thought that a game based around poker would pull me in so much, but the whole randomized runs and crafting your deck to a degree, all that, it's surprisingly good. Mountain Jam, portable gaming systems too much, going on vacation and carrying a phone, laptop, and gaming things too much. I took for the first time, I took my Steam Deck on a trip with me, and in the downtime in the hotel room, like carrying it around with me place to place, no thanks. But having it in the hotel room for when you're done everything for the day and the just crappy cable TV is on or whatever, playing old Western movies and like just super old stuff, like Singing in the Rain, all that kind of crap. It was like really old movies on, and playing Balatro with that on the background was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Wayne, the last Balatro challenge was so hard to beat. Right now, I'm just doing the decks. I haven't even gotten into the specific challenges yet. Also, I think we're getting close to being done with that drive that you loaned me. Habanero, you're loading it up right now? Nice. Jordan, I know it takes 6 hours for caffeine to be halfway gone from your body. I knew that you needed to like give yourself a buffer of like 6 to 8 hours after you drank it before you go to bed, or it'll fuck up your sleep. But I honestly never really paid that much attention to it. Would drink Barks late at night and not worry about it, you know? Just Bomberman, yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Kentucky, you're getting it for the family. The kids have never had the new system, only ones that are a few years old. Well, that's sweet, man. That's sweet. I remember how excited I was getting like the Super Nintendo, bro. My dad drove us across the border to the States to buy a Super Nintendo before he could get them in Canada. And I was like vibrating with excitement. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then we got home and I played Super Mario World. It was amazing. It was amazing. Christian, well, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you appreciate me. It makes me feel special that I'm the one that you've super chatted, bro. And whenever anybody does their first super chat on YouTube and it's with my channel, I'm like, oh, yay, I did it. It feels like an accomplishment, you know? Lasagna, you did a caffeine cleanse while you were gone for 2 weeks and now it works on you again. Too much caffeine makes you like twitchy, you know? Thompson, you took a month off of iced coffee from indigestion issues. Now you're back to drinking it moderately. Moderation's the key. Really. Ultimately, that's the best thing to do. I need to stay away from it mostly as well. I've done some damage to my insides that I have to take medications for and stuff, so ultimately I shouldn't be having much in the way of caffeine. Although I was told by my doctor it's fine to have some tea, not on an empty stomach, you know, have some food and have a bit of tea or whatever. So I can still do that. Habanero, your coworker who chats with you about gaming told you he was about to get the remaster but hasn't had time. Today, your Lyft ran over his toe and he broke it. I guess I have time now. Well, that's a pretty extreme way to get some gaming time, bro. Spurl, the graphics felt so good back then because they jumped up in huge levels. You went from Nintendo 8-bit to Super Nintendo 16-bit, which was massive. Moving to the N64, they were like, I'm like, I get this is advanced, but at the same time, this is ugly. A lot of games were ugly, like Quest 64 and stuff. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, epic. But ultimately, N64 looked ugly. But going from the fucking Super Nintendo, going from the Nintendo to the Super Nintendo felt massive. Hey, Jordan All in Super Chat says, love you, my dude. Well, thanks, buddy. I see you doing the fist bumping. So here's one for you, son. Here's one for you. Get fisted by me, bro. Hey, DeVoe, coming in with the super chat with the double thumbs up. Here you go, bro. Here's 2 for you in return. Thanks, man. Jeep, the jump from Atari to 8-bit Nintendo was insane? Yes, correct. I played ColecoVision, so I remember Coleco before Nintendo. Nintendo to Super Nintendo was my favorite step up, though. You know? Mario 64 was phenomenal. Potts, agree. Agree. Habanero was brutal. You had to splint his toe and drive him to the hospital. That's rough, man. That is rough. Oh, yeah, Ralph, the PlayStation bringing the cutscenes. Those were the rewards. Remember the 4 discs for Final Fantasy VII? And every time there's like, oh shit, full motion video. Like a whole minute of it. Sid's lighting dynamite with his cigar. Oh, yeah. Cheese, yep, the consoles that you would have access to would be determined by how well your family was doing. So I was somewhere in the middle. We didn't have all the most amazing systems. Like, there was kids I know who had the fucking Neo Geo and those other expensive ones, the crazy ones. But I got to play a lot of consoles growing up, a ton of them. Nintendo, Genesis, Super Nintendo, Sega CD, the Saturn. There's a whole load of them. TurboGrafx 16 with CD-ROM. That one too. Tara, have you missed anything in the stream? Yeah, we went all over the place. We talked about scams, life lessons. This has been an enlightening stream, bro. Jordan, Nintendo Wii. Bro, I loved Nintendo Wii. I didn't care about the GameCube. I didn't get the GameCube, but I dated a chick who had one, so I played the GameCube, but never really cared about it. But Nintendo Wii, I wanted so badly. And you just couldn't get it. You could not get it. It wasn't available anywhere. Like, everywhere you would go was sold out. And I got so used to not being able to get it that one day I'm in the Walmart with my girlfriend and we're looking and there's Nintendo Wii boxes, but we'd seen them everywhere. You'd see the Wii boxes and they had no Wiis. They just had the boxes for display. And so we saw the boxes and I said to her, I was like, I doubt there's Wiis. Do you think they have Wiis? And she's like, eh. But then there was a guy standing there right by them and he's like, yeah, they have Wiis. There's a dude in the back right now. I'm not buying a Wii unless they have a copy of this game that comes with an extra controller. If they don't have that, I'm not buying the system. And I was just like, cool. Like, I just said that to him because all I heard was, yes, there's Wiis. Oh my God, there's Wiis. So I just stood there, just waiting. I'm like, oh my God. I'm going to get a Wii. I've been waiting so long. Sounds like somebody needs to take a piss. And so the store employee comes back and says to the guy, sorry, we don't have a copy of that game that comes with the extra controller. And then, like, as soon as he said that to that guy, my brain went, their business is done. He already told me he's not buying a Wii if they don't have the game with the controller. So I said to the store employee, I'm like, are there Wiis in those? Are there Wiis? And he said, yes. I'm like, can I get one right now? I'll take a Wii. I'll take an extra controller. I'll take a copy of this game. You know, it was like, I think it was Zelda. It might have been Skyward Sword. But yeah, I was like, I'll take this. I'll take an extra controller. I'll take this game. And just immediately, like, I was like, give me this. And that guy who was so like, I'm not buying it unless they have the game with the extra controllers. Like, I'll take one too. Like, he totally switched it up. Because it was just like, I laughed because it's just like, yeah, bro, I've been waiting to get one of these. I'm not passing up this opportunity. I jumped on it like a fucking hawk on a field mouse, bro. Right? 100%. It was awesome. I loved the Nintendo Wii so fucking much. So much. Mountain Jam, you were a spoiled child with the Sega channel? Wow, that's crazy. Christian, you're too young. Your first console was PS1. Still a solid start. Starting out with the Wii, starting out with the PS1, you guys are lucky in some ways, you know? Juggling, you start with electronic football, handheld, and Pong. I remember Pong. Pong's so lame. TurboGrafx 16 handheld took like 20 batteries and lasted 30 minutes. I tried the Sega portable one, and I did not like it. LED pinball game? Oh, cool. I had a little plastic pinball game that I got at like a flea market. I remember loving that. What's my favorite all-time console? I mean, Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo. It's got to be Super Nintendo. 100%. 100%. Cheese, yeah, Dreamcast was all right. Juggling, you have the Sega Chan as well. You fancy boys. Jordan, Wii Sports, the bowling. I smashed my hand into a fucking couch. Swinging back. Bam. Oh, motherfucker. Wayne started with Pong, you fucking dinosaur. PlayStation 3, Jordan. PlayStation 3 was the last PlayStation for me. I was like, PlayStation 4, all the stuff just started to feel like, what are you guys bringing to the table? I can just get stuff on my Steam account and play on a PC. What's the advantage of a console? Well, they paid these developers to not let anybody else get the game. Oh, so you have a few exclusive games? No, I'm fine. You're charging me the price of a fucking computer for a computer that can only play your games. No. I used to be anti-Steam, but the price of consoles plus EB Games destroying the trade-in value of games where it's like, I've got all these games. Okay, all right, we see that you brought in 8 games. We'll give you $4 in trade-in. Look at how much you're selling them on the shelf for. Yeah, we're offering you $4. Oh. Like when I traded in because I wanted to get the Legend of Zelda 3DS, the Golden Triforce one that had a Link Between Worlds installed on it. And I traded in a shitload of games and it barely put a dent in the price of the thing. And from that point on, I went, what's the point in buying physical games if they have no trade-in value when I can just get shit on Steam? And, you know, like Nintendo is the only company now that I will get physical games from. Nintendo's the only company where it feels worthwhile to have the physical games. I'd rather have a physical game than download games from Nintendo. But they're the only ones. They're the only ones. Mountain Jam, I'm totally down with emulators. Totally. Habanero, have fun playing Oblivion, big boy. Oh, Luke, I remember Castlevania. They definitely could have made it clearer what you need to do. I gotta go and kneel in front of what, Cliff? What now? Mountain Jam, the fact you can log into Steam anywhere and play your games makes you like Steam. Understandable. I love it. And now I have the Steam Deck too. You can't play all the games on it because they're not all compatible, but I can play Arena, Balatro, Mega Man, a whole bunch of stuff. It's awesome. It kicks Game Boy in the dick. Plus, I need my portable systems to have a big enough screen now. And the Steam Deck has a big enough screen. Jordan, you bought a laptop selling a Funko that you bought from selling your PlayStation 4? All right. That sounds like a valuable Funko. Jeez, we didn't have fancy electric games. Had to kick a can uphill. I remember the pre-Nintendo days. I remember the pre-Coleco days. Juggum, I thought PlayStation Home was stupid, bro. I logged into it once and I'm like, what is this? Everybody's just like here and they give you a condo and it's like you could achievement trophies going here and I'm like, who cares about this? So Carly was running around in Home and I had her going up to people saying crazy stuff. She walked up to somebody who was like, dance with me or I end myself. She used stronger language than that, but that was basically the gist of what I had her say to people. Look, shit, how do I dance? Tara, you had a GameCube and sold it for herb money? Yeah, that's, I mean, bro, I love to smoke, but I wouldn't sell my possessions. I'd sell magic cards, but not like gaming systems and stuff, you know? Jordan, selling during the hype's the way to do it, obviously. Fisher, you only bought a physical game in the last 10 years was a Yu-Gi-Oh game because it had a promo Yu-Gi-Oh card. Well, fair enough. It comes with something you can't get otherwise. Castlevania 64. I never played that one. Sheba, it's too late for coffee. It's too late for coffee. Christian, I never got into Xbox. My dad gave me an Xbox because he didn't care about it. And the Xbox would destroy games. So Carly borrowed an Xbox game from the library, put it into the Xbox, accidentally bumped into it, and it gouged into the game and ruined the game. And then Carly had to replace the game. She had to pay the library to replace the game. And she was so pissed. She tried getting angry at me over it. And I'm like, I'm not the one who got the game. I'm not the one who put it in the Xbox. I'm not the one who bumped into it. The fact that I brought the Xbox here doesn't mean I'm taking the blame for this shit. Like, I agree with you that it's horseshit what happened, but I ain't taking the blame for this. Getting into The Sims. I can't play The Sims. It's fucking stupid, Fisher. The Sims is fucking dumb. Carly likes stuff like The Sims. To me, it's abysmal. Are you fucking kidding me? I've got to manage somebody's life. I've got to fucking get them a job and make sure they get up and go to work and shower and take dumps and feed themselves. I don't even want to do that for myself, let alone anybody else. I played The Sims like one time, and I remember trying to game the system because you start with 20 grand and I wanted more money. So I created a separate family that was just it was like my girlfriend. My actual girlfriend went away on a trip with her family. So I was playing Sims while she was gone. I had my family, which was just me living in a house. And then I had her as her own family with her 20 grand. And her house was just a fucking floor with a table with a phone on it. She had nothing. And I kicked everybody else out of the neighborhood so she couldn't make friends with anybody else and could only talk to me. And then that way I could talk to her and get her to fucking marry me so that then we would combine the money. And that was the plan. So every time she came over to my house, she always had to use the bathroom because she had no bathroom. So I'm in my kitchen cooking in the game and I catch on fire and die. I burn to death while she's standing right outside the screen door jumping up and down because she needs to take a leak. She didn't come down. My guy burnt himself to death just making dinner. And I was like, what is this game? This is so stupid. I told my girlfriend that she needed to come back home because I ran a simulation and I was in danger. It was like, I'm in danger, left alone. So yeah, it was stupid. Sims is dumb. Jordan, yeah, Minecraft's good times. Lasagna, you missed hanging out here. Well, that makes sense. There's an awesome fucking group of people who come here, bro. Ralph, you joined Steam because Microsoft shut down multiplayer servers for a bunch of older games and Steam's enabled the function. But if you really like a game, you make sure you have a hard copy. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. Nintendo's the only one I care about having hard copies for now. Cheap, your first Xbox 360 destroyed your Walking Dead game. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. I have no interest in the consoles, especially when they started talking about always online mode and you have to be online even when playing by yourself and stuff. What are you talking about? Can't I just buy a game from you and play it? Like, no. And like, also, we want to charge fees. If you like trade in a game and someone else buys it, they have to pay an activation fee. Go fuck yourself, you greedy pricks. Yeah, we want to be able to sell a game multiple times. Fuck you. I bought it. I own it. Oh, Ralph, 5 1/4, bro. My first experience with 5 1/4 floppy disk game, I didn't know you had to copy the game to your computer. And that if you fucking saved it without copying it over, you literally just saved over the actual fucking game. So I got this one game. Like my mom bought me a game from a yard sale or whatever, and I think You Survived in a Wasteland or something. But I saved on the actual disc and ruined the copy of the game. And I saved it in a way where it was unrecoverable and you couldn't start over. There was nothing you could do. It was just, you're screwed. It's so insane. Spurl, how do you get on my Discord so you know when the upcoming streams are happening? Well, there is a Discord link in the description of all the live streams and videos, and I'll also drop it in for you here right now. There you go. There you go. Did I ever play World of Warcraft? No, but I did play Warcraft, like the initial ones with the humans and the orcs. Okay. We have to chop down trees and get the gold and the fog of war and all that. All that. Oh, Mountain Jam. I loved the Simpsons arcade game. I remember playing that at the movie theater. Marge swinging with the big old vacuum cleaner. Homer with the bowling ball. Yeah, I loved the old arcades. Rampage, Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, I loved that one so much. The Oregon Trail. Oh, yeah, I remember that. You died of dysentery. Oh, great. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I ever played the X-Men one. DuckTales, did they have an arcade machine? I remember playing DuckTales for the Nintendo. That has some banger music. DuckTales has some banger music. The music for the outer space level is so good. Shelton, I did see that. And that is most likely going to get covered in tomorrow's video, bro. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Cowabunga collection is totally worth picking up. Nice. Oh, speaking of DuckTales, they actually have the Disney Morning Cartoon Steam bundle on sale right now. They notified me about that because it's on my wish list. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you can grab it. Christian, you feeling the sleepiness? Get you some rest, big boy. The moon theme. Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's genuinely awesome. Very good. Very good. Cheese, I remember Gauntlet. I actually had Gauntlet for the N64. I really liked it for the N64. Played that with my first girlfriend. All right, Sheba, see you later. Stay away from the fucking coffee. Man, thinking back to this stuff, it feels like a billion years ago. I feel ancient. On one hand, I don't feel ancient because you just travel through life and you're always just you. Right? You were the you are when you were 15. You're the you are now. But when you actually look at the scale of time and how much things have progressed, it's absolutely a wild experience. Existence is insane. Christian, I may be yawning, but I won't be going to bed for hours. I feel wide awake, right? The whole like not having caffeine might be making me yawn, or maybe I'm just fucking boring myself. But I'll be up for hours. I'll be up for hours. I might crack some wonders tonight. I was already thinking about it. I got some booster packs. Sitting beside me. I might open them. Fisher, no, I never played Evo: The Search for Eden. I did play Wonder Boy, where you turn into different animals. You turn into a lion and a bird and a mouse man and all that. I remember really liking that game back in the original Sega days. They did like a remake of it on Steam as well. Luke, Ness started your love for Final Fantasy and now Magic will empty your pockets for it. Get you what makes you happy, man. Get what makes you happy. Spurl used to think you needed caffeine to get through the day until you stop drinking it. Now you don't need it at all. Yep, you absolutely don't. Once you start having it, then you become dependent on it. But once you get weaned off of it, you're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I've got the music from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Nintendo game in my head right now. Terror, no. Never played any of the Turok games. Not even one. Actually, I didn't even know there were multiples. I just thought there was one. So, he's like a dinosaur hunter or something like that? All right, Cheese, have a good one, buddy. Jess, yeah, if you have caffeine long enough, it just is your normal. You don't feel any different. That's it. Dante, yo, that's right, the Tenacious D song. Wonder Boy. Oh. Man, yeah, some of those old games had some real charm. I don't like the new era games where you don't get finished games and they try and sell you like parts of what should be the game as extra chunks, and you just go, oh, and there's like online components and just these attempts to monetize you beyond just selling you the game as a here's the transaction, I purchased the game from you, now we're done, you know? Jordan, yep, a lot of who you are is determined by the experiences that you have. This is very true. This is very true. All right, my friends. Well, we're going to call it for the evening. Thanks for coming and hanging out. It's nice spending time with you guys. We will get back together again soon. I will most likely have a video coming out tomorrow. And yeah, that's how it should go. So then tomorrow's live stream will happen on the live stream archive. And if you don't want to miss the streams, I'll drop the Discord link again. Hop in the Discord because I notify for all streams over there. All right? Have a good night, guys. Safe travels, and we will be together soon. But for now, get the fuck out of here. The Chainsaw Man's coming.